Hey everyone and welcome. Today we are diving into a project that can literally save you thousands of dollars, sealing and protecting your own roof. So, if you're ready to add years of life to your shingles and keep a whole lot of cash in your pocket, let's jump right in. So, have you ever had a roofer come out and hit you with one of those five-figure quotes? You know that feeling, right? That pit in your stomach, that moment your wallet just clenches up when they say it's going to be 10 grand or even more to get a new roof. It's a huge expense, and honestly, nobody wants to deal with it.
But what if I told you that you might not have to write that massive check just yet? What if, for a tiny fraction of that cost, we're talking a few $100, not thousands, you could take matters into your own hands and give the roof you've already got a new lease on life? Well, you can. So, let's roll up our sleeves and get to it.
Okay, here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to figure out if your roof is even a good candidate for this. Super important. Then we'll go over all the tools you'll need. After that, it's all about the prep work, which is key. Then, of course, the main event, the application process. And finally, we'll take a look at your newly protected roof. So, first things first, is your roof ready? Now look, I'm going to say this right now. This initial inspection is, without a doubt, the most critical part of this whole job. This is what separates a project that works from one that's just a big waste of your time and money. All right, think of yourself as a roof detective here. The first thing you want to do is go check your gutters. You see all that sandy, gritty stuff in there? That's granule loss. Those granules are basically the shingle's sunscreen, and when they wash away, the shingle is exposed. Also, look for edges that are curling up. Sometimes we call it clawing. That's a sign they're drying out. A few minor cracks here and there might be okay, but if the whole roof just looks faded and worn out, it's definitely telling you it needs some help. And that brings me to the number one rule we have here at our Tip Top Roofing service. And I really want you to take this to heart. Never, ever seal a roof that's already failing. If you've got shingles missing, big sections that are damaged, or soft spots when you walk on it, this is not the fix. This sealer is for maintenance, It's meant to extend the life of a roof that's still in pretty good shape. It's a shield, not a miracle in a can. Okay, so you've inspected your roof, and it's a go. Perfect. Now it's time to gather up our tools. I'm telling you, having the right gear on hand is what makes a job like this go from being a huge pain to something that's actually pretty smooth and safe. It really does make all the difference. So here's your project toolkit. You've got your sealant, of course. A good quality acrylic one is usually a solid bet for asphalt shingles. Your main tool is going to be a simple paint roller with an extension pole. A leaf blower is a lifesaver for cleaning. But listen to me, look at the bottom of this list. The safety gear, the harness, the non-slip boots, gloves, glasses. This stuff isn't optional. Don't even think about getting up on that roof without it. Seriously, non-negotiable. All right, on to section 3, prepping for success. Let me tell you a little secret from the pros. Applying the product, that's the easy part. The real work, the stuff that guarantees you get those professional quality results, it all happens in the prep stage. Trust me on this one. Okay, here's your pre-launch checklist. Step 1, you've got to become a bit of a weatherman. You need a solid 24 to 48 hour window with no rain in sight. Step 2, get that roof cleaner than it's ever been. Every leaf, every bit of dirt has to go. And hey, here's a pro tip for you. Try to do this on an overcast day or maybe early in the morning. If the sun is just beating down, the sealant can dry way too fast. And finally, step 3, before 1 foot goes on that ladder, you gear up. Your harness is your best friend up there. All right, the moment we've been waiting for. Section 4, the application. The roof is clean, the weather is playing nice, and you're all geared up for safety. Believe it or not, the hard work is officially over. This part right here, this is the fun, satisfying part where you get to protect your home. Now, the technique here is pretty straightforward. You always start at a top corner that's farthest away from your ladder. That way, you won't literally paint yourself into a corner. As you're rolling, your new motto is thin and even. You might be tempted to really glob it on, thinking more is better, but don't. A super thick coat can actually trap moisture underneath, which is the exact opposite of what we want. Just work your way down in small sections you can easily manage. And once it's all covered, the hardest part begins. You just have to leave it alone and let it cure. And just like that, you are done. Let's head into our final section and just take a moment to admire the results, because you just accomplished something huge for your home. So let's talk about the payoff. I mean, look at this. Before, your roof was vulnerable. It was aging. It was losing those protective granules every time it rained. But now, it's protected. It's rejuvenated. You've basically created this invisible shield that locks in all the remaining granules and protects those shingles from the beating sun and pouring rain. You just added real, valuable years to the life of your roof. So,
Your roof is done. You just tackled a project that probably saved you thousands and thousands of dollars, and you protected your single biggest investment. That feeling of accomplishment right now, that's powerful stuff. So that just leaves me with one question for you. With this newfound confidence and skill, what project are you going to tackle next?